Hello, welcome back to Higurashi Chapter 4. This will be part 5, I believe. Without further ado, let's just continue. We're starting sub-chapter 3. Hello? 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 The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock read 9 p.m. Damn it. Slept past the time I was supposed to report in. Picked up the receiver. Akasaka-sama? You have a call from an outside line. Shall I connect you? From a coworker named Kano-sama. I knew it. Didn't call in, so they had phoned me. Sorry, please put them through. Understood. I'll connect you, so please hang up the receiver for the time being. I tried, put down the receiver for a few seconds. The phone began to ring again. Yes, hello? This is Akasaka. Akasaka? This is Kano. Good work out there. You didn't call in for your report, so we called instead. What's your situation? Leaving the lecture for later, my senior coworker got straight to the point. They went to the village proper. Under the guise of a tourist, I managed to establish contact with the mayor and several other core members of the Defense Alliance. I wasn't able to ask them anything, but I left a good impression and was able to make a bridge for my investigation from tomorrow onwards. See, looks like things are going smoothly. Akasaka-kun, you seem rather naive sometimes, but that might have worked in your favor. I guess you made some good progress for now. I don't have the experience to make a comparison, so I don't know if it's that good or not. I think things went well for today, though. Did you find out anything from the prefectural or the local offices? Does it look as though the Onogafuchi defense line is unrelated to this incident? Still didn't know. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that but for some reason I hesitated. I'm still investigating, so I don't know what to say yet. I see. Could you let us know as soon as possible? I think you understand, but after tonight, it'll have been a full 4 days since the kidnapping happened. They didn't set a time limit, but it's obvious that time is not on our side. You think you know that? Yeah, I know. I'll investigate a little quicker while still being careful about it. Okay, be sure to look after yourself. You're dealing with a violent organization here. It might be dangerous to let your guard down. If you feel that you're in any danger, contact me immediately. In that case, I can get the local police safety office prepared for you. Prepared to help you. That's what's that. Thank you. I'll do my best. Anything else to report? I reported several bits of supplementary information, and at the very end I decided to ask. How's the investigation going on your end? Everybody's doing their best here, but we're not making much progress. After all, the number of organizations we're investigating is vast. So if you find out the one you're investigating is in the clear, we'll have to return to Tokyo to assist some of the other officers. The chief is saying to dig up what you can on Onogafuchi, but I don't think a residential anti-dam protest group has any relation to the incident at hand. Sending someone out there just to investigate a single group makes me cringe, really. At this point, he was just complaining. He was telling me to stop taking time enjoying my trip, to finish up and to get back quick. I'll try and resolve this as soon as I can. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'm hanging up. Okay, that's all I have. As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Ooishi. He was supposed to contact me about a time and place to meet with the informant tonight. I thought about getting angry with Ooishi in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. Trying to figure out though, Ooishi didn't really say anything other than that he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when he didn't know what time was going to come was in itself rather difficult. There it is. Just when I thought that, the phone rang. I picked up the receiver in a hurry. Hello? Well, this is a surprise. Akasaka-san, you're pretty quick to answer the phone. Are you a regular user of dating chat lines or something? I would never even try something seedy like that. The way you overreact is rather interesting. I want to go to a place where you can have a little bit of lewd fun. I'll pass. So could you please get to the point, Ooishi-san? Really? Too bad. We'll leave that for next time then. Well, I'll get to the point. Many of the executives in the Onagafuchi Defense Alliance has had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. Even in Okinomiya, where there were a lot of people with relations in the village. That's why meeting the Shishabone Market District far from Okinomiya was a matter of course. Akasaka-san, over here. Did you get a little lost? Coming from the north entrance might have been a bit of a detour, but it was easier to get directions from there. Oh, I'm sorry for being late. Did you eat dinner already? Yeah, I already did. Well then, shall I go to a place where we can get a drink? Do you prefer Western alcohol, or maybe sake? Would you prefer a place with or without women? Don't worry about it. I don't drink while I'm on the job. Hearing that, the man that Ooishi had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping Ooishi on the shoulder. See, isn't he just adorable? In exchange, can you give him a bit extra? That money all came from this guy's wallet, you know. The man that Ooishi had brought seemed almost like a ticket scalper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. The informant grinned deviously. Hey boy, how much did you give this guy? It looks like there's quite a bit he skimmed off the top, you know. Ooishi's handling fee was included as I took that into account. It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized that I was an entirely different type of person than he was. But rather than putting a distance between us, it seemed that I had piqued his interest. I said it, didn't I? He is the serious type. But do you see, Akasaka-san, as people in the line of work like ours can really use their wealth of experience to their advantage. I'm wondering exactly how the experience of drinking in a bar with women would work to my advantage. Wow, so much laughing. The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach as he guffawed heedlessly into the people watching. Oh, laddie. Akasaka-san, you really can judge people. That's what an education does for you. Ooishi-san, you've been drinking somewhere, haven't you? You're drunk. What's wrong with drinking when I'm off duty? Even if you're working, I'm not. Ooishi, who was the sort that fooled around to begin with, was in such a good mood I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information he could. Ooishi-san, after taking so much money, you were supposed to get me information worth at least as much. I thought this, but then realized I was getting my information from the informant, so it didn't matter how drunk Ooishi was. It was nothing I could complain about, but still felt slightly riled up. Ooishi and the informant, there was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Sato, led the way deeper and deeper into the back streets of the market district. Even though the market was bustling, a couple of turns off the main street, and you were in a desolate alleyway. Ooishi started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a seedy building. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if the place was open or if it was even a store at all. Don't worry, this isn't a dubious place. Those words coming from Ooishi's mouth had absolutely no credibility. Beyond the door was thankfully a typical Mahjong parlor. I was relieved that it wasn't the sort of suspicious place I had to be on my guard about. Welcome. Oh, Ooishi, it's been a while. Want to join in? There'll be a free spot soon. No, I'm here to the group today, so it's fine. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. It seems that a middle-aged man who was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us. You're late, oh god, how am I gonna say this? You're late, Corrado. I don't know. I was just thinking of going home. Ooishi made an excuse for why he had taken so long. Eventually realizing that I was in his face, the other man grew interested. And that's Akasaka. He's a rookie who came all the way from Tokyo on assignment. They have high hopes for him. Boy, can you play Mahjong? Well, I played a bit when I was still a student. That's how the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious. I thought you'd be a bit tired from your assignment, leaving you on edge all the time, so I thought I'd give you a night to cleanse your spirit with food. I know asking this now might be stupid, but we're betting money on this, aren't we? Yeah! All of them laugh. I see just a little for funsies, but it doesn't matter who loses because after this, we're using that money to go play at a very nice place. So play? At what kind of place would he be doing that? But without reservation, the three of them started suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs, and even brothels. Joy. At the very least, they were the type of places that you couldn't go to with money that was just for funsies. Ooishi-san took all my money the other day, and I also have work to do, so I can't stay for long. But all you have to do is win. If you win, then you can use that money to pay for this table, and you can talk to Kurado about work or whatever. No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing Mahjong for free. I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, I was going to get in the way of my work. I understand, but I'll play with you guys for just a bit. If I win, you guys don't get any of the money or get to go to any of those dirty places, and we talk about work right away. Yeah! Yeah, bring it on. If I win, we're headed straight to the Blue Mermaid on Flower Road. That place where the girls dress up in gym clothes and maid uniforms. This old latch here likes that place too. Of course we're going to hop between all the places where they keep the girls coming. What are you slurping? My god. What about you, Sato-san? I prefer a place where we can drink quietly. Like a nice quiet place where you can play footsie with the bunny girl. Last time we went drinking, they pulled the tail right off. Didn't you end up having to pay for that? The owner ended up charging what he called a tailoring fee. Wow, what a lively table this was. I could tell the other customers were glaring at us while we loudly continued our crude conversation. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed I was the same was a bit disheartening. No, she had taken all the money I brought up, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. In addition, there wasn't left of that either. I kept on hanging around him like this, though, his goading. Through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. After some, I went and returned the conversation to my job. These people, no matter how you looked at her, were pretty good. Sorry, Yuki. Ah, the familiar music of this. No. Well then, I'll just call Ricci here. Well, the old man and Sato probably won't fall for this silly Ricci. I wonder if Akasaka will spit out what I need. And Raid Kurado's hand is probably holding at something like that, huh? In that case, this one ought to go through there. Oh, the old man's pretty good. He's quietly trying to use one of my safe tiles to complete his hand, isn't he? Seems like Akasaka-kun had at least learned the ropes when it came to guarding against someone's Ricci. But that would be his own downfall. What's wrong, boy? Would you hurry up and discard? If you're not sure, anything that Kurado's already thrown away should be safe now. Oh, Akasaka-kun's really fretting over this one. It was glaringly obvious that he had a safe tile to discard. But he didn't want to throw it away because it would move him farther from completing his hand. They're so nice when they're young and innocent. Come on, hurry up and throw out the kicker. If you gave me the winning tile, we'd be headed to an establishment where I could do all sorts of... Okay. If he gives the old man his winning tile, we'd be headed straight to a place with maids and bloomers. Jesus Christ. This will go through, right? He looked up as he hesitantly threw out a tile that was too bad. Hey now, that's a dangerous tile, you know. Kurado, does that go through? Yeah, it will. It seems this time you were lucky. But as long as the round kept going, I could still win off the draw. Nufu. But after that, Akasaka-kun managed to luckily avoid throwing any bad tiles and saw how the round managed to end without anybody completing a hand. Tenpai, Milton. Sato-san had keenly anticipated that two players were inertia and decided to play it safe. What a cool-headed way of playing. Now let's see, what kind of hand did Akasaka-kun have? There aren't ends with nobody winning in Mahjong. Anybody in Tenpai has to show their hand. But if you're not in Tenpai, you have no obligation to reveal it. Your average beginner would normally show their hand even if they weren't in Tenpai and start the commercial mode. How that tile came, they would be in Tenpai. But he didn't. Being stingy. What'd you do, boy? Come on, show me. That's how he reached over to flip the hand that Akasaka couldn't have catch or placed face down. What the hell's this? It was nowhere near Tenpai. Was Akasaka-kun totally bad at this after all? Right then, as the old man compared to the tiles from Akasaka-kun's hand to the discard pool, a puzzled expression crossed his face. Boy, you were in Tenpai right around here, weren't you? Why'd you break your hand? The higher Manju tiles suddenly got more valuable, so he suppressed them. Even though with Ooishi's Richi, chance they were safe tiles had increased. It would have been in no trouble if he read the discards, but he went out of his way to keep them out of play. Oh, so Kurado's Tenpai was no good from the start, in other words. If it wasn't such a high-level trap, I would have thought that you were waiting for me to throw out the winning tile, but the more concerning thing is that you were in Tenpai and didn't say anything. When did you realize that in Tenpai? Around here? You threw out 4 tiles in a row immediately. At first I thought you were just discarding redundant tiles, but I noticed you glanced over at me and realized you were waiting for something. Akasaka-kun, Because Akasaka-kun, when you did first start playing Mahjong? Jesus Christ, some of this translation that sometimes can get a little horrible. I never did, except in high school and university. Now let's continue. Since Sato-san was in Tenpai, the round ended without a winner, and I'm next, right? The next dealer. It seemed like Akasaka-kun is really aware of how the game flows. We thought we were just going to eat him alive, but it looks like that isn't going to be easy. Ooishi-san, looks like you're going for the bamboo tiles. Should I put some in play? This boy. Kurado, don't back down. As long as I get 3 more good tiles. Sato-san, think you can do it? Damn it. I'll just force you to go for a Chi. Straight. Well, sorry, I'm going to pawn that tile. Oh, and I'm going to call 3 of a kind after it's declared a straight. I don't override and interfere. I know nothing about Mahjong. Boy, you're getting pretty used to this. Oh no. I couldn't even compare to you guys who have been playing since before I was even born. That's game. Run. Triplets. 2 red door. And 3 more door. I'm the dealer, so this will cost you quite a bit. Yeah. Akasaka-san, nice job. Now we'll have to get serious, won't we? Well, can you get serious about handing over your points? I'm tired, so let's end this quickly. Akasaka-kun? This is somehow unreal. Before I could realize it, there was an ominous cold air emanating from beneath Akasaka-kun's feet. Oh, bless it. The 2.5. No, what the hell? The 2.5 and 8 Manzus are laughing at you. Damn it, boy, you. Rado, finish it. You have to end the boy's turn as dealer. I hate to admit it, but that seems like the best option. There it is. Run. Simple straights. 1 Dora. Sorry, head bump. Run. Straight. A head bump. You damn brat. Brat. So you'd play that sloppy against a brat? Doesn't mean you're worse than a brat yourself. It's so interesting. Will you guys call people things like brat and boy? Akasaka-kun? That is you, isn't it? It feels like you're a totally different person. You thought that I, being a sucker, would let you drink some good booze tonight. Seems like you are a little off the mark. Run. Triple straight, red door, and another door. Whoa, he actually did it. That's why I'm saying you guys are slacking. No matter how you look at it, you have to be able to read such an obvious three-way. Wait, Akasaka-kun chuckled as he rested his chin in his hands. My pose was so fitting, it was almost scary. Hey, Kurdo, this isn't what we discussed. Who the hell said he was a naive sucker ripe for the picking? Who could it be? Ooishi-san, this is bad. If you keep going like this, we're seriously going to lose. Akasaka-kun, for you to make me get serious. Looks like you really want me to be milked dry. Pun. That sounds nice. One more time. Pun. Akasaka-kun was almost singing at this point. Tiles he had open were all pin tiles. You can't be serious. Are you really going for the flush? Pun. Boy, are you right in the head? You've opened 4 seats and you only have 1 tile left, you know? That's right. Did you know? Waiting on a single tile is the hardest thing to read. Are you an idiot? With that much of your hand reveal, you don't think we'd give you a tile you need, do you? I know what you're doing. Akasaka-san. It's not a flush or a half flush, is it? The fact that you called pawn 4 times means you're already in position for an all triplet hand. Right now you're far and away in the lead. You're trying to show a flush and goaded into giving you triplets, aren't you? If that's what you think, want to try throwing out some pins? Left 5 tiles in your hand, Ooishi. They're pin tiles you're looking to throw away, aren't they? Why don't you try discarding them in order from the left? You must be joking. Is he a Mahjong god? If not, he had to be the main character of a manga or something. The moment the old man sent me a sign under the table, the message was simple and clear. Birdo, do it, crush him. I don't like to cheat against kids like this. Idiot! After being disrespectful like this, we can't pull back now. Well, I'm not responsible for what happens, you know. Go ahead. There you go, boy. Reachy. We'll go open. I'm waiting for a 1, 4, or 7 of pins. Most likely the tile that Akasaka was waiting for was one of those tiles. With this, Akasaka-kun was no longer capable of winning the hand. When I draw from the wall, I switched out the tile that Akasaka-kun would draw. The tile that I put in was the 1 pin, one of the tiles that the old man was waiting on. Akasaka-kun discarded it a little while ago, so there was no threat of it being the one he needed. Come on, it's your turn, boy. I knew he was troubled that the tile he drew was the 1 pin. Of course he couldn't discard it. Boy, you must be aware if you discard into an open Ruchi, it's worth the limit, you know. You don't have to tell me that. The tile that came from Akasaka-kun's hand was an honor tile. Ooh, ain't that something. There's only 1 north wind tile left, isn't there? You're counting on that on a really rough weight, weren't you? But with this, Akasaka-kun's fate was decided. You're lucky you're safe. But your hand only has a single tile. You think you'll be able to run away with the rest of this round? So it's going to be like that. Akasaka glared at the old man with a discerning eye. This guy had pretty good instincts. Did you figure out we were cheating? Let's stop this. Akasaka-kun is a step or 2 ahead of us. Fool! You think we can stop after this? We've come this far. Next, make him draw it. The next tile Akasaka-kun would draw was the 7 pin. With that, it would be settled, no matter which one he discarded. He played right into the old man's hands. An unavoidable full payout. When I drew my tile, I sneakily swapped Akasaka-san's. Achoo! Crash. What? Akasaka-kun suddenly sneezed, collapsing the wall of tiles in front of him. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, I accidentally knocked over the wall when I sneezed. There's a penalty for that, right? I'm the dealer, so 4,000 to everybody? Or is a penalty my 0.6? What? I had to hold back. I guffawed. Akasaka-kun, knowing he was going to be cornered a second time and unable to escape, he took the drastic measure of knocking over his own wall. You're good, boy, to get away from a full payout like that. Ooishi-san, could you not bother putting me in such an obvious trap? If we were at Baba, this would have been the point where I flipped the table. Oh no, sorry, I underestimated you. For some reason you're really good, aren't you? Answer me honestly. You got a lot of experience when you were younger, didn't you? I played quite a bit around Waseda and Takadanobaba, the place I was accustomed to going to at pretty high rates, and they chewed me out. I made the woman who became my wife pretty angry, so I washed my hands of it all. Raised the stakes too high. How much were you playing for at the time? It depends on who I was playing with, but it was more expensive when I played in Kawakicho. The largest stakes I played were about 20 times the standard rating. 20 times? What kind of stakes were those? Did you have Yakuza at your table? Or pro baseball players? What's this? Corrado, you phone? Where did you pull this professional from? I give up, jeez. Boy, it's your win. I surrender. Thank you very much, it was an honor. Oh my. Saka-san, your personality really changes when you play. Why do you even have a day job? You have no problem living as a freelancer. To be a pro Mahjong player, you need both talent and luck. I don't have anything like that supporting me. Luck is luck. For somebody of your skill, I think you'd be able to make it pretty far. Normal luck doesn't cut it. Pulling a con, and 1 time out of 3 you can aim to win on the extra draw with 4 Dora, that kind of luck. Again, I still have no idea how to play Mahjong like that. Like the normal Mahjong. Akasaka-kun, if you can judge something like that, you're already bordering on the supernatural. No, there's plenty of people who can do that without cheating or superpowers. There's a person I met in Shinjuku who would get doors every time he blinked. He was as strong as a demon. There's a pro I played with in Yokohama who would draw the tile he needed immediately after calling Richie like it was an everyday thing. I don't have that kind of luck. What type of folks were those? They weren't named Ryu or Satoshi by any chance. Well then, is it alright if I'm declared the overall winner then? Yeah, we totally lost. I lost. It's been a while since I lost this big. So when you're playing, boy, you're pretty into it. It was kinda scary. I hear that a lot. I don't mean to change gears like that though. Did it really look that scary? Yup. The 3 of us nodded empathetically in agreement. So that was Akasaka-kun, the Mahjong prodigy. Before he goes home from his assignment, maybe I could have him go play at the high stakes table at my place. But it's not good to get greedy. Well then, nothing for it. It was a promise. We'll break up our little late night study group right now. Sorry about this, old man. That's it for tonight. Nothing you can do. I'm going home to sleep. I bet it won't last like this. Problems at work? Oh, he's the foreman of the primary construction site at the Hinamizawa Dam. He's butting heads with the residents every day. It's a rough business. And right next year, I might be in charge of the second site as well. I heard that Kuroda-san was pissing blood. He won't hold out much longer. You'll be alright, old man. Your skull is thicker than it looks. Not exactly a saint, you know. There's times I just make my blood boil. I simply can't stand dealing with that bratty daughter of the Sonozakis. I think one of those days I'm going to rearrange her face. Now. At least the pay is good, right? I heard the wages were pretty exorbitant. Of course they are. If the pay was cheap, nobody would hang around that god-awful job. Hey, Corrado. Exactly when are the police going to tell the villagers to shove off? There'll be a notice of eviction from the government, right? Maybe. I wonder what will happen. The old man who identified himself as the foreman of the Hinamizawa Dam spewed a few complaints until he felt better about it, then left quietly. Well then, let's go. I'll leave the rest to Sato-san. Ooishi-san, are you going home? If I'm here, I'll just be in the way, won't I? Besides, the one who brought Sato-san's service was you. I didn't pay for my share. Ooishi-san was kind of sketchy, but he was strangely consensus about some things. I felt quite a bit of a gap between myself and Ooishi's generation From that part of him I didn't comprehend. Then boy, no, I can't call Mr. Mahjong here boy no more. Is Akasaka-kun all right with you? Yes. Then Akasaka-kun, shall we go? Well then, Akasaka-san, later. If you're having any trouble, you can count on me anytime. I don't have any more money to pay you, you know that? You can just give back a little what I lost tonight. Ooishi, seemingly still not having had his fill of playing around, but without overstaying his welcome, disappeared into the night. Oh, that took so long. It took so long just to play Mahjong. Then again, I don't know how long it would normally take for something like Mahjong. Okay. Wow, I am just so bright right now. Anyway, that was part. You're probably still hearing the Higurashi. That was part 5 of Higurashi, chapter 4. First half, I think, of sub chapter 3. So that was interesting, considering before that it was a little more creepy. This one was just a fun, hey, we're playing Mahjong kind of thing. So anyway, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of all my future videos. And if you made it to the end of the video, then comment. I don't know, just comment Mahjong. Like if you enjoyed, and check out one of the 2 videos I'll have here. That's it, and yeah, that's it. I hope you come back for more. Bye bye.